Hi, this is Bob Sally from Source Point Press, and you're listening to This Freakin' Show.
What's up, everybody? I am Travis.
I'm Awkward Colin.
And I'm Geekcast Joe.
And welcome to another episode of This Freakin' Show, the weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. And this episode of This Freakin' Show is brought to you by the Firepit Bar and Grill of Peotone, Illinois. If you're looking for a down-home country restaurant that offers you a burger and a beer for just $7.99 on Monday or on Wednesday, then check out the Firepit Bar and Grill of Peotone, Illinois. You can catch them on firepitbar.com or go on Facebook, Firepit Bar.
This Freakin' Show is also brought to you by wearedapperties.com. If you want a high-quality knit tie for a low, low price, head on over to wearedapperties.com, where you can pick up a fantastic tie for just $15. And if you use the special discount code FREAKIN, that's F-R-E-A-K-I-N, you'll even get free shipping on your order. Okay, I've run out of steam. Go to wearedapperties.com and get yourself an awesome tie. Do it today.
Okay.
Still recovering from last night there, Joe?
A little bit.
A little bit. That was a great night.
It was a really great night.
It was
an awesome
fantastic night.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, my sister got married last night, the 24th of February, as we record here on Sunday, as we do every week. And it was an incredible night. And it's weird because, I think Michael and Houston said it to me first. I mean, a lot of people said, but they said to me first that was the first time where all 7 kids were together in the same place.
Oh, yeah, in a long time.
Yeah, and it was awesome for, you, Houston, Michael, Sherry, Ashley, Nick, and myself to actually get go into the photo booth and take a photo with each other. So, that was pretty cool to actually do something like that. And on top of that, that was actually the first time in years that all the kids who grew up on the same street, when we grew up as kids, were also together. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'd like to get those pictures.
Yeah, I'm hoping Sherry does decide to get those as her wedding package, because I really don't know how wedding photos work, but I know they can take any picture you want, but depending on which ones you want is what they charge you for. Is that correct?
Depends on the photographer, but yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I know the as we call it, the Howard Street pictures. I know those weren't really planned, but they were requested there towards the end of the night. And it was awesome. We got to take pictures of the parents of the street, and then we also took one with just the kids. So it was pretty cool. And yeah. You guys can respond to it. You don't have to just listen to me talk. It's cool. Fuckers.
It was a blast all the way around.
It was very good. Yeah. Yeah, I got to hang out with people you don't normally hang out with, too often, which is really cool. And the whole family was there, and nobody, fought with anyone, which I knew that was the big fear of it all. So everyone was civil and got along.
Yeah, swimmingly.
Yeah,
it looked like everybody enjoyed themselves. So
yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and my wife and I kept up our tradition of we didn't really get to dance at our wedding, so we try to just dance the hell out of everyone else's. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah,
always a good time.
Yeah, and the biggest thing was, at least for me, for dancing, is being on the keto diet. You got, I have to watch what I eat, but I went ahead and kind of enjoyed myself a little. I did eat some mashed potatoes. I did have a piece of bread. I tried a little square of cake, not too much, literally maybe a spoonful of cake, if you will. But when it came to dancing, I sweated I was in a fucking desert without water, man. It was. It was brutal, but I think it kind of balanced itself out. And it was a lot of fun, I saw the video that my sister posted of a bunch of us doing the Bernie, so that was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully people understood that, because I think the Bernie kind of died 2 years ago, as it did fucking 20 years before that.
I honestly have no idea. I don't even know what you're talking about, but I believe you.
You don't know what the Bernie is?
You know, someone showed it to me last night, and I've already forgotten what it looked like.
Put the book down, Joe. Watch a movie. For the love of God.
I've never seen the movie.
I don't even know what movie you're talking about.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, it's one of those movies that like it's enjoyed to watch once, but after that, like I can't get back into it.
Yeah.
But it was a good movie. Like the first time I watched it, it's just not one of the things. Like if you were to sit there and like you had a boring fucking rainy day, you're like, we should watch a movie. Weekend at Bernie's would never be like my first choice. It'd be like my last.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I agree with you there. So.
Yeah. Well, I like that, man. I like to ask you how you guys are doing, but I mean, we kind of all did the same thing. So.
Yeah, yesterday.
That is true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know this obviously, well, we know, they don't know that this is our Oscar episode where we're going to do our predictions for the Oscars. We are going to run through every category, so I don't want to take too much time away from that. But before we jump into it, other than the wedding we went to last night, anything new and exciting in your guys' lives?
No, not really at all.
Not much.
Oh, okay. I just assumed when you referenced the fact that last night was the only night we were together, you had more to say, but okay. Cool.
Yeah, I was trying to think of what else I did this week, but homework.
This is going swimmingly. like last week when Joey couldn't shut the fuck up.
I couldn't help it. Couldn't help it.
I couldn't.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's all good. I know Joey. Joe, how was Wisconsin? Or was that no? That was today, right?
No, next week.
Okay, then we got nothing else to talk about. Let's move into the Oscars then. I'm done, Joseph. done asking you about your fucking day. Asshole.
I deserve that.
I deserve that. Okay, so we're gonna go through all the categories here for the Oscars, or as some people call them, the 90th Academy Awards, which is going to be held on March 4th at the Dolby Theater in LA, hosted by Jimmy Kimmel again for the second consecutive year. And I guess, do you guys want to start at the top and work our way down, or vice versa? I mean, do you guys have a preference on which category we start with or what we finish with?
I do not.
It doesn't matter to me.
God, you guys are helpful.
I mean, here's so I have my list in front of me, and it's going from Best Picture down.
See, mine is too. That's why I was kind of.
I'm fine with that.
I just printed off the list that was on from the Oscars website, and it's all just kind of mixed up. So.
All right. Well, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the only trustworthy source I have, and that's Wikipedia. I'm going to start at the bottom of the list, and we're just going to work our way up. So, fling through your fucking papers and find the list that I mentioned. And I'm going to have to do the same too, because I kind of just pulled mine off of the Oscars. But let's start with best visual effects. How about that one?
Sure.
And Colin, why don't you go ahead and give us your prediction on that one?
I have War for the Planet of the Apes.
Ooh.
Okay. What about you, Joseph?
I didn't see War for the Planet of the Apes, so I went with Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Okay. I kind of went with Colin and went with War of the Planet of the Apes.
See, I probably was going to go with Star Wars, but I just went with one I liked better. So,
that's fair.
But no, there was definitely good visual effects in that Star Wars, and I will not be surprised if that wins.
Yeah. I'm almost kind of in the same boat with you, Archon. I mean, like, Star Wars is almost like the logical choice, but for some reason, I know that a lot of people liked the effects and everything inside the Planet of the Apes. I'm not saying the Planet of the Apes is my favorite overall, but the response that people gave to the movie itself, I think, was a little bit more than the effects in Star Wars itself.
Gotcha.
Best film editing. How about you, Joey? What'd you pick for that one?
Film editing. I've got to find that one.
Yeah, take your time. We have
Baby Driver. I went with
Baby Driver. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. What about you, Colin?
I went with The Shape of Water.
Nice. I think what was it? The Shape of Water actually has 13 nominations this year out of the 24 categories.
Has a lot of nominations.
Mm-hmm. I went with Dunkirk, which you guys may notice out of here. I picked Dunkirk for a lot of these categories. a lot of the I don't want to call them smaller categories, but the lower categories, if you will.
Mhm.
So not too much of the top. I think like the top 5, top 6 ones. But definitely like the lower earlier awards, if you will.
Okay.
I think
Nice.
Dunkirk. Best costume design. I went with best costume. I went with Phantom Thread, which was really difficult because it was I was torn between that one and Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
But I think with
Nice.
Phantom Thread being based on clothing itself may have the upper hand.
I too went with Phantom Thread. To me, I wouldn't. I was also thinking Beauty and the Beast, but to me, that's more CGI than anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, Phantom Thread, and just because of the name, it kind of sounded like it went with clothing.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. I went Beauty and the Beast.
You want Beauty and the Beast? Okay. And Beauty and the Beast may have like the edge on it just because I think Beauty and the Beast was out a lot longer than the Phantom Thread. So,
Mm-hmm.
how about best makeup and hairstyling? We'll go with Colin.
Okay, makeup and hairstyling, I went with The Darkest Hour.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. Joey.
I went Victoria and Abdul.
Okay. I went with the Darkest Hour. This one,
Nice.
I think out of all of them, this is the only one that has like 3 in it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I know like we have what the best director has 5, and the rest of them are pretty heavy. But yeah, this one like really just kind of narrowed down to 3 choices, which is surprises me. You know, I mean, you think hair and makeup is one of the most important parts of any movie.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but okay, let's just keep moving on. This is good. We're making some good timing here. I like this.
Mhm.
Best cinematography, Joey.
Cinematography.
There we go, and you could do yours first.
That one I went Dunkirk on. Although I think it's actually probably more likely The Shape of Water will win. I'm picking Dunkirk because it's hard to beat war movies.
Yeah, I see that.
Gotcha.
I went with Blade Runner 2049.
Awesome. I too went with Blade Runner 2049.
Okay, I swear to God, guys, me and Travis did not sit here and go through this together. Even though it might seem like that right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, gosh, how many? What have we done? We've done 5 already. Did we pick like 3 of the same already?
I think
Yeah, let's see.
4 of the same.
Has been 4. Yeah, let's hear Planet of the Apes.
Phantom Thread, Blade Runner,
Yeah.
makeup and hairstyle.
This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I think what it is. I think since I've won the last 2 years, you're trying to get in my mind and see what I love doing. It is what it is. Psychologically, you're trying to get in my mind. I get it.
It must be.
All right. Best production design. I will choose mine first, and I will go with. Where the fuck is it? Nope, there we go. Beauty and the Beast. I went for production.
That's
What about
also
you?
what I went with.
I actually
Kyle?
went with Blade Runner again.
Nice.
Nice.
So.
Nice. Okay. Colin, next one's on you, and let's go with sound mixing.
Sound mixing. I went with Dunkirk.
Interesting. I went Shape of Water.
I went Dunkirk.
I
let's
think
see.
my mindset in that one is sound effects. Oh wait, that was for sound mixing, right?
Yeah, sound mixing. Yeah.
Is that thing like you said, war movies?
That was
You
my
want to have sound there in war movies, so.
Yep.
That was my thought on it too. Yeah. Let's go with sound editing. Following that, what you got, Joey?
Sound editing. I have Baby Driver.
Okay, Colin.
I have Star Wars.
And I went with Dunkirk on that one as well.
Nice.
Yeah, like I said, I think Dunkirk is not a majority of them, but like out of the one, I think because they're also nominated for 8 of them too. At least 4 or 5 of mine are Dunkirk, just because of, what I've seen of it and what I've heard of it and everything. I see it as being like one of the greatest ones. Original song. Um, oh,
No, well,
wait.
all right. I can already tell me and Travis have the same one on this one.
Yeah, definitely. Well, okay. How about Joey? You go first then.
Original song. I went "Remember Me" from Coco.
Okay.
Colin.
Me. I'll just say for both of us, Travis.
There you go.
Me and Travis both have "This Is Me" from The Greatest Showman.
That's right. That's right. We do.
Uh,
And that's what sucks too, because like I mean I know so many people are gonna pick Coco. Coco is probably the logical one to win because of the popularity of the movie. But I'm hoping that they, even though the Greatest Showman came out like what, maybe a month and a half ago, or some shit like that, it does get that recognition that the music, I hope it gets what it deserves because it's such great music.
Yeah, it's only Oscar, and which is
Yes.
really upsetting in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. There's no way like for it to be in a category next year, right? I mean, like movies are only in categories 1 year.
I believe that's correct.
Man, that sucks. Okay. Let's see, original song. Let's go with original score after that.
This one I went Star Wars.
Okay, Colin.
Original score. 1 sec.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, for that one, I went with The Shape of Water.
So did I.
And now see, I saw The Shape of Water. I really liked it, and I'm really surprised after running through these I didn't pick more of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Something just said no.
Interesting.
I was gonna go with Star Wars, but like looking back and everything, it doesn't have the highest. It doesn't have the best pattern of actually winning this category, so I'm assuming it's not gonna start now.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah, it's not to say that Star Wars doesn't have like a great score to it, but I mean, it's maybe I'm wrong about this, but it's been the same score for the last 8 fucking movies.
That's true. It's been the same score for like 50 years.
Right? I mean, Darth Vader's not coming out to some new EDM fucking sounding. Dun, 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 dun,
And fun fact, your sister's wedding, they introduced is with Star Wars.
I thought that was so clutch. Oh man,
is that
I
a
love
good
that.
thing?
Yes. Sorry, I thought it was awesome.
Okay.
I was actually surprised. I like in my mind, like I knew that like a lot of their theme was Disney and Star Wars and everything.
Oh yeah.
But for some reason, like I thought like maybe just for Alan's sake, with him being a huge Blackhawks fan, he'd come out to the Blackhawks.
The
theme.
Chelsea Dagger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm assuming at the same time, knowing my sister, she'd probably be like, no.
Yeah. He's lucky enough they got Metallica in there at one point.
There you go. I did like how before the ceremony they had the like kind of like a piano version of Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so we did original score. Best animated short film. I went with Negative Space. Colin?
Revolving Rhymes.
Thank God we're not the same again. People would thank God we're different. People start questioning shit more.
Yeah.
I went with Lou.
Okay. Yeah, I was torn between Revolting Rhymes and Dear Basketball, which fun fact for you guys, with Dear Basketball being a nomination, it's the first time an NBA player was nominated for an Oscar, and Kobe Bryant. So, little fun fact. Yeah, fun fact for you guys. I don't have a lot of them, but I have that one. Let's go next. Let's go live action short film. Colin, what you got?
Live action short film. Okay, I have The 11 O'Clock.
Okay, Joey.
I went DeKalb Elementary.
Nice. I went with my nephew Emmett.
Nice.
Yep. No other reason other than I like the word Emmett.
Yep.
That's the best choice I made there. All right. How about let's see here. We did short film. We did live action short film. Okay, we are on best documentary short subject.
Documentary subject.
I went heroin.
Okay.
There goes Joey with interrupting people.
No, it's all right. He actually started before me. I went with knife skills. I actually interrupted him, so.
Okay, you went with nice skills. Joey, what did you go with?
I went with heroin.
Heroin. Okay, I went with Edith and Eddie on that one.
Okay.
Nice.
And Colin, what did you do for best documentary feature?
Documentary feature, I went Strong Island.
Cool, Joey.
I went Faces Places.
All right, I went with Faces Places too.
Is it because of the rhyme?
Yes. That's exactly why I didn't. And also, there's a guy named JR who's a part of it, and anyone who uses their initials instead of their name has to be a winner.
Okay.
Word.
I'm gonna tell you right now, when they win, you're gonna be like, "Oh shit, maybe he's onto something." You know, I'm just throwing it out there. You know. Yeah. Okay. Joey, how about best foreign language film?
Foreign language film. I went with A Fantastic Woman.
Hey, Colin.
Loveless.
Loveless. I went with Fantastic Woman as well.
Yeah. I was up in the air with that. I almost picked that because of the what's in the title.
I really wanted to go with On Body and Soul because that's a Hungarian movie, and with my family being from Hungary, I was like, I got to represent the country, but I know what Hungarian has to offer, and that's why I went with Russia instead.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw somewhere somebody said Loveless is gonna win because Trump's in office, so we'll see if they're right. Anywho. Best animated feature film, I went with The Breadwinner. Joey, what you got?
I went with Coco.
Coco.
I also went with Coco.
Yeah, I tried to choose a dark horse on that just because of what The Breadwinner represents and with how like women inequality or whatever the fuck women equality, is that what it's called? Is that how it's pronounced? Okay. How big it is now, especially with everything going on, and I think like that message in The Breadwinner is gonna like make that impact to possibly be that dark horse winner and maybe even pass up Coco, which is very hard and it's a very big long shot,
Right.
But
It's tough to beat Pixar films.
that's true.
But I wish I could have gone with Loving Vincent because it's about it's all hand painted oil paintings in the style of Vincent van Gogh.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But they had such a limited release. I just don't see how they could possibly win.
Because it's only released where it matters, which is in Hollywood.
Yeah,
So that's how it would have a possibility of winning.
that's true.
Hollywood. Okay. I think we got two more until we get to the big six.
Oh, that's really cool.
Okay. We actually went by this pretty fucking quick. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I know, we were worried and shit.
Oh,
Thank God we don't know what the hell we're talking about. God. Okay. Best adapted screenplay. Colin, you go first.
Adapted screenplay. That I have Mudbound.
Mudbound. Okay.
Yes.
Joseph.
I went with Logan.
Any particular reason? Or
A big fan of Wolverine.
Wolverine?
Yeah, that's the only reason.
I got you. I went with Call Me by Your Name.
Nice.
Yeah, I really wanted to go for Logan, but I didn't see people going for the action movie, especially like the Logan action movie with the violence and the swearing and shit. So
That's fair. That's fair. I actually think The Disaster Artist is probably most likely to win, but I had to go with the only one that I saw.
I get you. No, I mean, if we went based on the movies we saw, I couldn't do half these fucking categories.
Right?
In fact, when I say that, I mean I couldn't do any of these fucking categories except for the original screenplay and whatever I choose for Beauty and the Beast. So,
Right.
I literally have to go off of what I see ratings are and what I see with people's feedback and how I personally see a trailer on YouTube. And literally, I mean, that's my secret to winning. And I'm 2-0 right now. So
Watching a trailer on YouTube.
Surprisingly, that shit fucking works. You go on there and you watch a fucking trailer. If I look at it, I'm like, that's a good fucking trailer. I bet it's gonna be a good fucking movie. And I fucking put it down. I'm 2-0. You guys can't flaw my my thought, my process there. Oh yeah. Fuckers. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are doing, but you're doing it wrong.
Oh, clearly.
Going and watching the movies. Oh shit. Okay, where we at next? Best original screenplay. We got Colin.
Original screenplay. I actually chose The Shape of Water on this one.
Nice.
Joey?
Yes.
I went with Get Out.
Oh, that's
I
good.
did too. And that's the thing, like I don't know why I chose that over the other ones. And I was actually surprised. I figured maybe you choose the 3 billboards.
I was thinking that, but I don't see it being a winner for original screenplay.
Hmm.
I don't see that. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Colin, which one are we? We just did the original screenplay, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
we did.
Okay, cool. All right, awesome. So now we're in what I see as being the top 6. So I'm actually gonna name the nominees in these categories because we have so much more time left. I mean, it's crazy how quickly we got through this. Okay, so let's start with what I'm gonna be a gentleman. I'm gonna do actor before actress. How about that?
All right.
All right, so best supporting actor, the nominations for that is Willem Dafoe as Bobby Hicks from the Florida Project. We got Woody Harrelson playing Chief Bill Willoughby
Yep.
from 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing. Is that Ebbing?
Ebbing.
Ebbing, Missouri. Okay, cool. Richard Jenkins as, I think that's Giles. I should have you do this, Joe. Fuck. I'm going to call him Giles from The Shape of Water. Christopher Plummer, who played J. Paul Getty from All the Money in the World. And then we have Sam Rockwell, who played Officer Jason Dixon in the 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. And that was my pick. I went with Sam Rockwell.
I too went with Sam Rockwell.
I did as well.
Yeah. I really wanted to go with Woody Harrelson, but every time a famous guy, like a big famous dude, is in a category like that, and you think they're gonna win, they don't, and I'm not gonna, hope for the best on that one.
Yeah. I was up in the air with it. But in the movie, Sam Rockwell had a bigger part. And I think that's what really brought it home for me.
I gotcha.
Had Woody Harrelson had a bigger part, I probably would have chose him. But
I got you. Best supporting actress, we got Mary J. Blige as Florence Jackson in Mudbound, Allison Janney as Lavana Golden in I, Tonya, Leslie Manville as Cyril Woodcock in Phantom Thread, Laurie Metcalf as Marianne McPherson in Lady Bird, and then Octavia Spencer, who portrays Zelda Delilah Fuller as the crinkling of fucking paper. What the hell are you guys doing?
sorry.
Octavia Spencer as Zelda Delilah Fuller in the movie The Shape of Water. Crinkler, who would you pick?
Well, that was me getting some unicorn poop. And I will be choosing Octavia Spencer in The Shape of Water.
Or you, Joseph?
Nice. I went with Allison Janney and I, Tonya.
Okay, I also went with Allison Janney and I, Tonya.
That makes me feel a lot better about my pick.
Yeah.
Because my process works.
Yep.
All right, final 4 we got here. Best actress, we got Sally Hawkins, who played Eliza Esposito in The Shape of Water. Frances McDermott, who portrayed Mildred Hayes in The 3 Billboard. We got Margaret Robbie, who played Tonya Harding in I, Tonya. Saoirse Ronan, who played Christine Ladybird McPherson in Ladybird. And then Meryl Streep, who played Katharine Graham in The Post. Joey, what you got?
I went with Frances McDermott.
I also went with Frances McDermott.
I did as well.
Nice.
Nice.
So at least we know you guys got one right.
She also won an Oscar for her role in Fargo.
Really?
Oh, interesting.
That's awesome. Good for her.
So that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, well, Meryl Streep. I mean, I don't have the numbers up for her, but she had to have won a few, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
A
Absolutely.
lot. Gotta be. Yeah, she's gotta be. I can look that up later. Best actor, we have Timothy Chalamet. I don't fucking know. What's the word, Joe? Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Cool. As Elio Perlman in Call Me by Your Name. Daniel Day-Lewis as Reynolds Woodcock in Phantom Thread. Daniel Kaluuya as Chris Washington in Get Out. Gary Oldman as Winston Churchill in The Darkest Hour. And then Denzel Washington as Roman J. Israel in Roman J. Israel. And I went with Gary Oldman as Winston Churchill in The Darkest Hour.
I went with Daniel Kaluuya, or I don't even know how to say his name, and I'm very sorry about that. In Get Out.
I also went with Gary Oldman.
Churchill?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen that yet, but I want to just because I think Oldman fucking nailed that role. And just based on what I've seen. No way
he didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Best director. Anyone else want to go through the nominations for best director, or you just want me to keep doing it?
Directing?
Best director, yeah.
Okay.
I only have the names of the movies pulled up. I don't have the directors' names.
Yeah, the same here.
Oh, you fuckers! I gotta do it. Okay. So for best directors, we have Christopher Nolan for Dunkirk, Jordan Peele for Get Out, Greta Gerwig in Lady Bird, Paul Thomas Anderson in The Phantom Thread, and Guillermo del Toro in The Shape of Water. Joey, what you got?
I've got Guillermo del Toro in The Shape of Water.
Colin?
I went with Get Out.
Get Out? I went with del Toro in The Shape of Water.
Nice.
Then Best Picture. I think, what did it say? 2, 4, 6, 8. There's actually 9 nominations for this one. I thought somebody said it was 10, but I guess there is only 9.
Yeah, there are 9.
Oh, okay. So the 10 we got here, we got Call Me By Your Name, we have The Darkest Hour, we have Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Colin, for your final category, what's your winner of Best Picture?
My winner of Best Picture is the movie that I enjoyed out of all that I saw of these. It's 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Nice. Joey?
I went with The Shape of Water.
And I also went with The Shape of Water. Even though I honestly believe this should be a 10 movie category with The Greatest Showman being in it, because that movie was incredible and it does deserve to be in more categories other than music, which, granted, being a musical, the music is kind of the most important part of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's crazy because I mean, like, when you still hear about The Greatest Showman, like, you still hear how well it's doing, which I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but I mean, it just blows my fucking mind because I think it's almost at like $350 million, just box office.
That's
like,
impressive.
Still fucking climbing, So it's pretty cool. But yeah, so we got our choices. Just out of curiosity, because I didn't do it. Did anyone write down everyone's choices?
Nope.
Nope.
All right, then I'm fine with that. just don't cheat when we come and do the results again, because I got a feeling I will win again.
We have proof of what you voted for, so.
That's right. I mean, we're going to trust me because I'm the only one who's willing to go back and listen to their voice on a podcast. So.
I guess this is very true.
You're not wrong.
I think, but yeah, of all 24 categories, I think there's only maybe 2 or 3 where, like, each of us had our own selections. So yeah. So there's definitely going to be a winner. There's no way we're going to tie. I think last year, you guys kind of tied, didn't you?
I believe so.
It doesn't really matter. We both lost.
That's true. You both tied for second out
exactly.
of three spots. So Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. So, yeah, so now we got our selections, and let's see, probably what March 4th. I don't know what it is. We're gonna have to do our results and shit. But the unfortunate thing is, we probably won't be able to do our results probably until April because of the guest spots that we have through the month of March.
Oh, solid point.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't want to run through those like rush through in like a 5 minute thing, and at the same time, I don't want to take time away from our guests. So, yeah, so maybe we'll have to hold our results off until maybe April 1st or something like that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Or if
Yeah.
one of our guests has a misfortune and can't come on,
That's true.
we
Yeah,
can go
so
with that.
yeah, so I mean, we definitely have our results. I mean, they obviously won't be on the March 4th episode because we'll be recording March 4th while the Oscars are happening. So definitely like maybe the March 11th or something. So we'll play it by ear. Hopefully, none of our guests have to postpone and reschedule because I hate rescheduling shit like that.
Agree.
I'm really excited for March because March, I mean, we have two new guests coming on and we have two returning guests. Really excited for that to happen. And I'm also excited that starting right now in this episode, I'm turning it over to Colin so he can tell us about his flick of the week.
Okay. This week's awkward flick of the week. My movie is going to be Winchester. It's a ghost horror movie. It came out this year. Takes place in what is one of the most haunted locations in a very well-known haunted location in the U.S. It's the Winchester Mansion. It's based on the Winchester Mansion. It doesn't take place there. It does, but it's not the real one. It's a movie one.
Where is the Winchester Mansion?
San Francisco.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And it's actually about how it takes place with the owner, Sarah Winchester, who inherited the fortune from after her husband passed. She took over the fortune and basically his part of the company, which is pretty much the ownership of the company. But it is, for that you don't know, the Winchester Mansion is a house that has many rooms for nothing and just random doors that lead to nothing. It also has staircases that you can't walk up because it runs into ceiling. It's a very
Weird.
it's a very, very strange house. In this movie, basically it's about Sarah, who's having about a doctor who comes. The company, Winchester Company, hires him to come and basically go there just to say she's unfit for the company. So basically, they're trying to steal the company from her. They sent him here to get his opinion on her, and it ends up where he starts seeing ghosts. There, and he sees ghosts and she sees ghosts, and it turns out where she's building all these rooms because of the ghost, and basically giving them a place to be. I almost had like if you've ever seen 13 Ghost vibe, with Tony Shalhoub and the Glass House. We're basically imprisoning them in rooms and then locking them in there. Sarah's there also with her, I believe, daughter and grandson. And the one kid is, and there's an evil spirit that is basically the one that's doing the haunting and stuff in the house. But overall, I thought it was a very, very good movie. A little bit of quirks in it, but not too bad. Critics gave it a horrible rating because they're all a bunch of dumbasses and don't know actually a good movie. In my in my opinion, I've never liked critics, but they gave this movie a 14% on Rotten Tomatoes. I say to hell with them, and they should not even have a job. But I would definitely put this up there, better than them. It could have been done better, but from what I had, the way it was done, I still thought it was good, and I'm giving it a 3 out of 5 Awkwards.
Wow, that's one of the lowest ratings you've given.
Yes, it's the lowest on our new scale.
Yeah.
So, but if we brought it into the 10 range, it would probably be a 6. So maybe 6.5. But so, yeah, I definitely would say though, if you like the ghost movies, go check it out. Give it a try. Doesn't hurt to watch a movie. What I say, pay
unless
for
it's
it to
the
see.
Ring.
Huh?
Unless it's the Ring. I hear if you watch that movie, then you die in 7 days.
Well, you know, I don't even believe that shit. So watch that all you want. Would I say pay to see it in theaters? Probably not. But wait till it comes out. Watch it. It's a good one. So, and then you give me your opinion on the movie.
Yeah. We created a hashtag for people to give their input to you, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah, we should probably figure out what that was.
Yeah.
I think it was Awkward Flicks, wasn't it?
I think so.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Use the hashtag Awkward Flicks and give Colin him your opinion on his review of the movie. Maybe you saw it as being a 5 or a 10 on your own scale if you guys want to be independent. So I did look up Meryl Streep briefly here. So she was nominated for 21 Oscars and only won 3.
Wow.
Yep.
So I thought she'd won a lot more.
She's only won 1 for Best Actress.
Mm-hmm. She won once for Best Supporting Actress in Kramer versus Kramer. She won actually twice for Best Actress. Once for Sophie's Choice, and another time for The Iron Lady. And now she is currently pending for her third Best Actress award, actually, for The Post. So, I mean, I'm not saying that 3 Oscars is not a bad thing, but when compared to the 21 you could potentially win. So I think I read somewhere that Walt Disney has the most awards. I think not like Disney, but Walt Disney himself has like 54 Oscars.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I think if I could find that real quick here. Don't give a damn about my reputation.
Watching some Shrek?
No. WWE Elimination Chamber.
Interesting.
Yeah. They signed. You guys know who Ronda Rousey is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's signing to be a professional wrestler now.
Oh.
Yeah. So her theme song that he is actually paying to use Reputation by Joan Jett and Blackhearts.
Nice.
Or Joan Jett and I think it's Blackhearts. I can't remember, but it's Joan Jett. I can't find it, but I believe Walt Disney has. I'm gonna go with Walt Disney has 54 of them. So fuck it, prove me wrong if you guys want. Use the hashtag freaking sane to tell me I'm wrong. So, Oh shit! God, we got through this episode pretty quick.
Yeah,
We did. It's a record for us for an Oscar episode.
Yeah, I mean, first year we did it in 2 episodes. Last year we did it in over an hour, and we got through all that shit in fucking 35 minutes.
So I looked up this Winchester, and it actually only had a $3.5 million budget.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, surprisingly. I thought there would be at least. I figured there would be more in there, but I was surprised. But yes, let's continue on.
Yeah. Which I mean, and to be honest with you, I mean, like to make a movie with only $3.5 million is a rare thing to do nowadays. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It had Helen
like-
Mirren in it. And she's
God,
she's pretty,
wow.
pretty one, ain't it?
she's probably like
Yeah.
60% of that budget.
Yeah.
I bet if they replaced her with anyone else, the movie probably could have got made for like $400,000.
Probably not wrong.
But no, it's like, I mean, even like I think last year, sometime when we were talking about Pinocchio and how much that shit cost back in the day to make it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the exact number, but I know we were pretty shocked by it. Oh man.
She
Oh,
is
yeah,
tied with Helen Mirren is tied with Meryl Streep
Mhm.
with one Academy Award for Best Actress. So,
Oh,
Alrighty.
yes.
Helen Mirren. How old is that bitch?
Helen Mirren.
72. She's still hot though.
Word.
No.
God. Yeah. Tasty. Anywho. So, I mean, we still got time. So, what's new, exciting? Anything?
Not much. Starting on my second round of assignments for my class.
Ooh, that sounds like just the
Tons
most
of fun. But
Gotcha. Well, okay then. Colin, what are you freaking on then this week?
this week, I'm freaking on the fact that I started watching Twin Peaks again. I started a long time ago because my brother was really big into it. I was like, oh, I'll give it a try, and I started watching it. I was just kind of like stopped. But I've been watching Psych as well, and they just saw the episode where they do a mock of Twin Peaks, so I was just like, oh, let me watch this again. So I watching this, so
nice.
yeah, brings back memories. And fun fact, it takes place in Washington, and the famous Twin Peaks Cafe is actually the town where my aunt lives. So
Interesting.
Yep.
Huh. Small world.
yeah. So what about you, Joe? What are you freaking on?
I, throughout most of this week, I've been freaking on the fact that I got to actually officiate the wedding we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
which was an honor. I was really, really privileged to be able to do that. But I'm also freaking out on the exact opposite end of the spectrum. My younger brothers were in to visit, and they left me access to their Xbox stuff, so now I can watch whatever movies they buy. And one of them left his Nintendo Switch at my place. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, which is just fantastic. So now when I want to procrastinate, I can really, really screw myself.
And you know what you can always do? You can bring that down and visit, and just happen to leave it here.
Right? I'm saying it. It's Brotherhood of the Traveling Switch.
Exactly.
Travis, how about you?
So I went ahead and I joined a couple wrestling box programs where they send you like a monthly box full of wrestling shit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do that as one of like a little mini segment on the podcast. I'm also going to post it up on Instagram and stuff for the Just Freaking Wrestling podcast that I do with Dizzle J. I'm really excited because I got one in already. Pissed I can't open it yet because I got to do it like, in front of the video. But I also have another one coming hopefully by the end of this week. So I'm really excited to have both boxes here, and I can open those over the weekend and get my awesome new wrestling shirts, get some new wrestling figures, some posters, autographs, and stuff like that. So really excited for that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Shit. Hey Joe.
Yes.
Every week, our listeners could catch Geekcast Show here on This Freaking Show. But if an hour a week of Geekcast Show just isn't enough for our fans, where can they go to get more?
If you need more Geekcast Joe, you can find me over at the Geekcast Live podcast at gcl.ninja. You can also find us on Facebook, iTunes, Google Play, and Twitter by searching Geekcast Live.
Good job, Joe. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter just by searching This Freaking Show. You can also go to thisfreakingshow.com where you can see a list of all the amazing guests that we've had throughout the last 3 seasons. And also the Follow Your Star Award recipients that we have. And of course, even though Geekcast Joe chooses the recipient every month here on This Freaking Show, that doesn't mean that we don't want your input on it. So if you know of anyone who you think could be worthy of a Follow Your Star Award, please let us know by sending us a contact information through thisfreakingshow.com. Go into the contacts, leave us a message, or shoot to our email, and then one of us will get in touch with you, or you can message us on Facebook. One of us will be in touch with you that way as well. And don't forget to watch the Oscars coming up on March 4th from the Dolby Theater in LA. I believe it's airing on ABC, and you can find the start time based on your area that you live in. As always, I am Travesty.
I'm Awkward Colin.
And I'm Geekcast Joe.
And thank you for listening to another episode of This Freaking Show. I'm out.